Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast. We'll be bringing raw and unfiltered energy for each movie and TV show that we will be reviewing. Just think of it as turning your movie group chat into a podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz.
I am Jason. And man, per usual, I got some house rules I want to run through with you. So let's get started. One, we will be spoiling this review. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't watched it, please stop, go check it out, and then come listen to this review. Number two, please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know, let your church members know, let your family know what we are doing over here at the Was It Good Though podcast. Number three, have fun. We just kicking shit, having fun with my friends. That's what we do. And last but not least, this is not a kid-friendly podcast. So if you're watching with your kids, that's something on you that has nothing to do with us. Let's get to this review.
Mess with
Wasn't
girls.
Joe walking around butt naked, sleepwalking? I mean,
And but did you see the before we get into this? Did you see the one he had the relation? It was they got a relationship pod where they had their girls. They sit down, they talk, and he got one where she's like, well, Joe has I just didn't like that. I found Joe's carry lube with him on his trip.
His travel lube.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, his travel lube.
let's sip some tea to that.
I was like, nigga, he got travel lube? He can't just go buy lube? Like,
yeah.
He has a specific lube that he must
Glide,
use.
purple top.
Yeah, he said
ain't no telling.
I know at one point he was using it with platinum. There was a whole episode about it, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I know
like
one thing.
Anything that gay men like is the lube I want, and that's the Astroglide.
Okay.
If a gay man likes it, it's got to be excellent.
Oh, I had a very horrible thing I was gonna say, but I am going to stop because
it's Ash Wednesday, sir. Give it to the
Lord.
Lord.
What did
to the Lord?
How long did you give anything back to the Lord?
Did you give up anything for Lent?
I was trying to get back my virginity, but he wouldn't take it.
Girl, he labeled you a whole long time ago. You fine.
I am not, sir. I am holy and a sanctified woman of the Lord.
Amen.
Right.
You
scream his name every time you penetrate it.
Hallelujah. If it's good, I do. Shit. If you ain't heard me scream God's name in your presence, just know that it was trash. And if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't heard it, I'm talking to you.
But please be sure to like and subscribe.
Yes. Like, subscribe, share.
Hopefully the people in your path don't listen to our podcast. I'm going to just say that.
Oh, no, they do, because I send it to everybody.
Oh, wow.
Appreciate that.
I send it out.
Got people just sitting there.
Post it.
That's why God revoked you. That's why he revoked it right then, because you're doing too much, right? What am I doing? That is the reason. But yes, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, whenever this podcast finds you. This is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows, not Helene rodeos. I am one of your hosts.
But it can be.
I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And yes, back again, people. Back again with one of our favorites. They're family at this point. The Talking-ish podcast, a podcast amongst friends. Of course, we are joined with our brother Anthony, the friendly neighborhood Negro. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, I'm doing fairly well. I am ready and willing and able to talk about Mr. Spidey. That was a horrible thing I just did. What the hell was
Aunt, you gotta take us out to eat first. Like, what are you doing?
Look on your twice. I don't know.
Like double feature.
Jazz, this is
double fisted too.
This is the old companion bot right here. Like I don't know what Anthony got going. They got to upgrade this nigga, man. What's going on?
No, I found the controls. I am involved.
Wait, what's the timestamp on that so I can make sure I send that? I'm gonna make that a clip and send it to the ladies of the Talkin-ish podcast so they can.
Y'all know good and damn well that's how y'all used to get fingered in high school. Them boys didn't know what they was doing.
Man, I really hate I missed that era in life. Like I
Oh,
missed out on all of that.
oh man. Hey man, take them to the movies. Go see like Nightmare on Elm Street and go to town.
Nigga said,
Yeah.
you said take him
You
to the
saw
movies to
Nightmare
Well,
on
see
Elm
I'm
Nightmare on
Street
Elm
in the
old.
Street.
movies. Oh
I'm
Lord.
older than you
You just
children.
you just proved that by saying you saw
I'm
Nightmare on Elm Street
older
in the movie
than you
theater.
babies.
Okay, so wait,
Yes.
okay, wait. So since we here. Well, first before we do that, Helene, also from the Talking Ish podcast. How are you?
Sir, copacetic.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
Copacetic.
Um, so did you guys have anything that y'all want to shamelessly plug? And I want to let y'all get that space before I get
Yeah.
in Helene's
I'm
space.
we gonna okay. Well, we are going to I will hold back.
Did I stutter?
Why? Why in the,
Nope.
not that time, surprisingly.
Truth must have been told.
You see that
Right, that's
confidence? Woo!
Yo, the podcast airs on YouTube. We drop every Wednesday now. We dropped, I think, 2 episodes of goodness. We had our Black Men United episode, which Jason was a huge part of, which again, thank you for being a part of. It was a great episode. You got to see Black men living their truth and speak their minds, and nothing was, I'd say, taboo. We have a bonus I'm gonna drop sometimes in the week, it's coming up soon, where we did talk about the Hotep in Chief, Dr. Umar. So we're gonna have a little fun with that. That'll be a bonus episode. We're also working on our viewer submission episodes where you, the viewer, can give us topics to hear us talk ish about. So all you got to do is follow us, Talking Ish, a podcast amongst friends on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, where it's available.
Glad to
And that
hear
is
it.
my shameless plug.
I
what he
appreciate that.
said.
I appreciate that. I
I want to
appreciate
say the same thing he said.
Wait, see, I didn't,
But
you see,
better.
I didn't pass it. I didn't pass it to you.
Too bad.
But
It was my
what
turn.
I was gonna ask y'all, what was the first movie y'all seen in theaters? If y'all
That we can
remember.
Yeah,
remember.
I was
That
too
y'all
young.
remember.
I think
Okay.
Titanic.
Really?
Dang, you was like,
God
oh,
Well,
damn, you young.
that was the first one I saw where I went with my friends without adults because I was
Okay.
in the 5th grade.
Like
oh
you
yeah,
mean
nah. Like I can now if you I mean however you want to think about it because I know mine,
Yeah.
but however you
like
want
the
to
first, the very, very first movie?
I mean that you remember like if your parents took you, if you went with your friend, whatever it was the most significant that you remember, like, hey, I remember doing this and I
Mm-hmm.
seen this. So for me, because I do want because I have to shout out RIP. Oh God. Hold on before I even get there. Sorry. I wish I was better prepared for that one. There we go. Michelle Trachtenberg. She passed away.
Yep. Yeah.
Was
Rest
it
in
earlier?
peace,
Was it this
Michelle.
week or last week? Was it within a week or so? She's passed away. Now, the first movie I remember going to the theaters and seeing with my parents was Speed. I remember being in theaters and seeing Speed. Now, I remember my cousin taking me to go see Harriet the Spy in theaters as well. So those are two of the memories that I do remember. So that's what made me think about that. But I
Yeah.
definitely wanted to send condolences to her family because I know that was sudden because she's still I think she just turned 40 if she if
No, she was
think she's still
39. She
39.
would
okay,
have turned.
okay,
Yeah.
that's not
Her birthday was in October of this year. That's when she would have been 40.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, she is one of those that we've watched grow up, from Pete and Pete to Harriet the Spy to Buffy, Gossip Girl. Which one of us, Elaine, said, I know one of my favorite movies with her was Euro Trip. I think it was Brit. Me and Brit both agreed we enjoyed Euro Trip. But yeah, man, that's heartbreaking, man. And the fact that her mom found her, I think is just whew, that's gotta be a punch to the gut, man. Damn.
Elaine, Anthony, did y'all figure out or do y'all remember the
Oh
movie?
yeah, I know vividly.
What
Now,
was your
vividly, my first movie that I remember being taken was Raiders of the Lost Ark back in 81. I was only 4, about 3, 4 years old. And the reason I remember it so much, my mom actually has a picture of me, my dad holding me. My mom has my sister, and we're in front of the theater. So I don't know, why would you take a picture in front of the theater? Who knows? But vividly and awesomely was my dad taking me to see Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, in 1984. I was 7 years old. I didn't want to go to my grandparents after school. I came home. My dad was getting dressed. He said, "What the hell are you doing here?" I went, "I came home." He said, "Put your book sack down. We going to the movies." And he took me to see Nightmare on Elm Street. And the reason I remember it so vividly, there was this white lady sitting right next to us, just staring at my daddy. Like, "Why did you bring this child in here?" My dad stared at her. Yeah, like, "Why are you bringing a child in a horror movie?" And the funniest thing is, we laughed through the whole movie. But I love horror films, man. Like those, that's my thing. That was my genre as a kid. That Godzilla movies, and kung fu flicks. Game over.
Smoking it.
Happy Fat Anthony.
Smoking. That's why, I want to go. My first movie may have been Jurassic Park, because I remember going to see that with my granddad as well. Like that was just a thing that the family. I remember going to see that with my granddad, seeing Speed with my parents, and then seeing Harry the Spy with my cousin. But then I remember my granddad dropping me off at 7 to go see Scream 2. So we was in there by ourselves. Like, yeah. Them the good old. I can't even. I look at my 9-year-old like, there's no way in hell I'm leaving you at the movie theater and just going about my life. Like I just left you there. Like, no, there's no way.
They used to do that with me. Like friends from school. Same. My mom would be like, "Boy, go your ass to the movies. I don't even want to see you."
Movies.
And
they go to arcade.
We would get into the R-rated films because we'd buy a PG ticket. And we'd all just slink into the R-rated movie, and we'd sit all the way to the back. No shame.
Your parents did not love you, because my mama was not letting me out the house. You know, shit like that. Nadine was not playing them games.
She knew she had on her hands.
They did love me.
Whatever.
They loved me.
It was you.
They just didn't know.
She's singing.
Oh no, Nadine was not playing them games. I couldn't go nowhere by myself. And she made that quite evident. You will not be leaving this house to go anywhere alone until you are 16. But the killer part was, I did not turn 16 until I was a fucking senior.
Oh, wait.
So you didn't see a movie in the theater until you were a senior in high school?
So when I would come to Houston to be with my dad in the summer times, he was a little more lax than my mama.
Okay.
So he would let me do shit, and he'd be like, "Don't tell your mama." So, but no, Nadine did not play them games. But I can't remember the first movie I saw. I didn't. I did not. Why I turned into the whoremonger I became.
Yes, a bitter bitch.
What's the hormone?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean bitter.
Monster.
Grumpy.
Oh, I am not bitter.
Oh no, she's grumpy.
I don't know which monster you just did, Jason. None of them sound like that. No.
That ain't what's her name? The singer's daughter. What's the singer? The singer. Damn. You know I'm talking about the hormone monster, the female one.
Oh, are you talking
from
about
Big Mouth?
Fucking
Rudolph?
No,
and Human Resources.
Yeah,
Rudolph. Yeah, Maya
Rudolph.
That nigga say.
Wait. I don't think she ever sounded like Nuffalopicus,
Jason just
man.
be doing. He just changed his voice to something that does not match what it's supposed to be.
It wasn't Helene's voice. It was the hormones monster voice. You know what I'm saying?
Her voice didn't sound like that either.
No,
you sounded like Godzilla was trying to cough up a hairball. Like, she does not sound like that.
Close enough to.
And you know, Big Mouth, right? You know, Big Mouth is one of my favorite shows. So
yeah,
I've seen it a lot.
She's like, I know what they sound like.
I know what they sound like, nigga. Either that, man. Anyway, man, episode 144 ain't about none of this shit that we talking about, but it is relevant because within the show they did pick movies from a VCR, and it was like, what the fuck is this? It was like, we broke, nigga. This is what we got. We watching VHSs. Episode 144, we're talking about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This is an animated series that at first it sounded like it was going to be attached to the MCU, but they made it non-canonical. So it's
Right.
its own universe, its own story, its own little pocket dimension, which I think thoroughly enjoyed. Allows you to just be able to watch it without speculating beyond what you're seeing based on what you possibly know within the story. So of course, the first thing I want to get into within this is the animation. I know a lot of people was kind of worried. Of course, they always refer back to the animated Spider-Man show, which was 30 years ago. Which is funny. A lot
I'm
of the
so old.
which is funny. A lot of the original cartoon shows we had in the 90s have spawned a remake within the last year or two or so, from the Batman animated series, Superman. He has one now. Of course, X-Men 97 has one, and now Spider-Man has one. Jazz. You was like one of the first people I know who really advocating for those cartoons. As a person that don't really, in my opinion, I don't think you're really into cartoons like that. But no, you think so?
I do.
Um,
I'll be watching my stuff. Like, what you mean?
I mean, I feel like you have picks. You're not just gonna go and like watch any just
Oh,
cartoon.
just to scroll and be like, oh, let me check this out. You don't
Yeah,
think I'm
just like
adventurous enough? I mean,
no.
you're not wrong.
So, how did you feel with the resurgence of some of your favorite childhood cartoons? Now you get to enjoy as an adult.
I've been excited about it because I've been enjoying the product that we've been getting on the other end. I enjoyed this series. I enjoyed X-Men and definitely Batman. Did I enjoy them more than the original? No. But I think the direction that they've been going with them have been very good. So, will they do a Gargoyles? I hope, but I need Keith David to still be signed on because nobody can do Goliath, that voice ever. Goliath stands over here. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for a Mortal Kombat animated series. I would love to get that.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Because they had one in the
They had one.
90s.
They did. They did.
And
That
it
was
was
a bit of
hot garbage.
Yeah, it wasn't
Listen, you guys,
good.
it was
Ooh.
okay. It wasn't the
Ass
best.
juice.
It struggled a little bit. They may have had more interns on the payroll.
Struggled a little bit. That thing had a
Anthony,
Riri helmet on.
stop.
That was a bad no.
Not the Riri helmet.
Bad.
Okay.
You gotta chill.
Anthony is in rare form this evening,
Helene,
Horrible.
what about you? How have you felt about this resurgence? Because you are a big animation person.
Oh yeah. I'm digging it. I think I liked some of them more than Jazz, clearly.
Easily.
I like some of the like this cartoon does not look like the newer cartoons that we have been seeing. Like the newer ones are looking more AI-ish, and this is a little more throwback to not quite what it was, but you know, adjacent to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought X-Men 97 was awesome, and I actually kind of liked the idea of it, and I liked some of the episodes more than a few in the original, to tell you the truth. I didn't like how they redrew some of the characters, but I did like that they had better storylines this time around in probably about 2/3 of the episodes than the original ones, because the original ones kind of dragged a little bit.
They did.
Some of the episodes dragged.
I mean, they were telling a very longer story.
They were.
It was 5 seasons.
They were.
They had a lot to tell. So
I mean, but
you're gonna
if you
get those fillers.
But if you take, but they had a lot of filler. A lot of
They
filler
did have
that
a lot of filler.
just
Yeah.
we had,
And they had a lot of one-off episodes that like made no sense.
That I
sometimes.
did not like, because I'm just like, what is this? I don't care about Jubilee.
like when Scott just disappear, like you just like what like who gives a damn, Scott? Where he just,
or when they would
fuck
there
him.
would be those random Wolverine episodes where he would just be in China, or he would just be like, it'd be like, this is a random ass Wolverine episode that
He was on a side
nothing.
story. It was a side mission.
He was very side questy. Now one of those was one of my favorite episodes where they go like the future changes and him and Storm are together. That's one of my favorite episodes.
I love that episode.
This Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
No, that's based on the
Well,
Age of
in the name of
Apocalypse.
the name of the episode, I think was like it was like something future past. I don't know if it was Days of Future Past, but it was something future something.
I know.
It
Yeah.
yeah, it was based on the Age of Apocalypse storyline in the comics where Xavier actually dies.
Yeah.
And because he died, the X-Men, everybody's in these different factions, and Apocalypse takes over. Finally does what he been trying to do for over 5,000 years. And Wolverine gets his hand lopped off from Cyclops, and Wolverine and Storm are together. Sabretooth is badass, and he has this weird, like, animal looking mutant called a Wild Child. Beast is an asshole and is completely evil. Cyclops,
I love
Wolverine
that for him.
takes an eye, and like he said, I made you exactly what you're called, a basic one-eye fluck. And
You gonna put some respect on
Magneto.
Scott's name.
No, I love Cyclops. I just thought it was badass because he took a whole eye out. And Magneto and Rogue were together,
Yeah.
if I remember right. So
Which they
yeah,
teased, of course, in the X-Men
in the
97
X-Men
about them
97,
being
yeah.
together. But no, I like the
Oh.
resurgence of some of the newer cartoons. Just don't do them an injustice. Like if you come with gargoyles, please, like she said, make sure that Keith David is Goliath. But there's a few that I would like to see rebooted, but there's some that they have tried and I did not care for. Like they've
what?
done 20 million Scooby-Doos. Stop with the Scooby-Doos already.
Hey,
We don't need another goddamn Scooby-Doo.
Let me. Did you like the black school? Did you like the Indian Scooby Doo?
Velma.
Yeah.
I did not mind it. I
was trash.
I gave it like a 6.
Yo, Elaine, them niggas killed me for liking that show.
I did not like it.
The group
but
chat.
like, am I gonna watch it again? No. Now, do I watch the original Scooby-Doo, and do I watch the Scooby-Doo that came out probably like 10 years ago?
Zombie Island?
Yes. Like, do I watch those? Yes. Am I gonna rewatch this last one? No, I'm not. Like, it was cool. I watched it. It was whatever. But there are certain cartoons that I really, really like, and that I'm like, I'd be okay if y'all redid some of them. Just do them justice. Like, I can't wait for a Daria reboot. They've been talking about Daria for years.
They just canceled this, so get
I know.
Get that. No, it ain't happening.
I'm like, I would love for them to redo Daria. Hell, I'd take them redoing Beavis and Butthead at this point.
They already did. They already did that.
That's happening.
I didn't like that.
Hold on.
Give
me Celebrity Deathmatch.
I saw.
Yes.
Oh, see.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Give me that.
See, if they'd ever bring that back, man, that's gonna be hell on.
They bring it back every 10 years. I feel like.
Yeah, sometimes, and then they're just like,
they do like a one-off. Let two people. They may do like
right.
They may do a Kendrick. I'm surprised they didn't do a Kendrick and Drake episode. Like, just put it out there.
Just let it ride. Let it ride. And at the end, Drake hits the fatality with a lawsuit. It's over.
Nah, you know what, they would allow Drake to win and then sue at the same time. That'd be the type of shit they would do on there. But
and Anthony, I'm gonna sue. Yeah.
And what about you, Anthony? How have you been feeling about the resurgence of these 30-year-old cartoons coming back, sir?
I'll be honest with you. I was not the biggest fan of Spider-Man back in '94. Just being honest. I have this thing about 3D and 2D animation being blended. If it's not blended well, I kind of, it doesn't work. Yeah. And 94 was a very early run, because the only time they really used 3D for Spider-Man was when he was swinging through the city, and they were like trying to give this really cool parallax look, or we want to show Spidey at different angles, and I'm like, well, y'all just using a lot of reused animation, so stay 2D. But I'm actually happy they're starting to make a resurgence, because every superhero has had a cartoon since the 1940s, starting off with Superman, with the Fleischer cartoons, which I think to this day still kick ass. Like, the animation is still some of the most fluid animation you'll ever see. But when I look at what Marvel's done, like, I was raised on the 67 Spider-Man. My dad used to sit me in front of the sofa and be like, shut up, watch a cartoon. And from there, I watch, Spider-Man, then Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and The Incredible Hulk, which The Incredible Hulk 84 cartoon is very limited, but the soundtrack for it is the boss, man. Like I still love it. The whole orchestration and when Bruce would turn
Did you
into the
say the
Incredible Hulk
boss?
is the boss, is the shit. Excuse me, I'm not Negro enough. Yo, that's a bop. Better?
Don't say that. That's like Gen
Okay.
Z. I hate when people
Oh,
say it's a bop.
yeah. Well, Kendrick said it in Luther, so I give it a second. But no, I really hope to see, like, if they do gargoyles, I don't know, man. Disney is not really hitting like they should, or they're not staying to their word because the Tiana series is now dead in the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot. They excuse me, I don't know why I'm stuttering. They've also said that the traditional animation part of the studio is on somewhat, not say an indefinite hiatus, but they're not working on any animations right now, especially for series. So I'm hoping, we get to see some more. I mean, we had a DuckTales reboot. You know, what else came from Disney that was really good?
Didn't like the way it
The
was drawn.
I actually liked it. I actually liked it. It was very comic booky,
It
kind of
was,
like
and I didn't like
independent
that.
comics, like a very really I don't know, schizophrenic style the way they did it. But I'm just hoping when it comes to Marvel, I really want them to go back to the old 2D style. Cause the cartoons that they did with Spider-Man's Amazing Friends, Incredible Hulk, the Incredible Hulk series that came in the 90s that was on UPN. That one was very good for the first
I
season.
think
Then
I
it went
remember
to crap. Yeah, it went to crap
that.
in the second season because then and it's not because She-Hulk was on, it's just the way they changed the animation and they made it more comical. Um, I hope
Comedy.
they do a range of that. Like they say, okay, we have some 3D stuff, but here's some 2D stuff. And I think your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man was it took me a while, but I realized it is a perfect blend of 2D and 3D animation, and it worked. It actually worked.
What do you think about the hair design of our Black characters? Like Lonnie's braids in the
I did
show.
not find anything wrong with it. I was waiting for the Hotepery to kick in.
There couldn't
Was this
be.
all black people
Wait,
have?
there couldn't be this time.
I mean, Lonnie's hair is not really that much of a controversy if you think about it.
But it went.
Because a lot of football players, especially if you got, long hair, some of them have afros, they braid their hair to wear their helmets. Um,
That's true.
but I didn't go and say, oh, great, here we go. Here's that stereotypical, we're gonna put cornrows on the Negro. The rest of the 110 gang, they all had different hairstyles. You
That's
know,
Like
that's
that.
what
some
that's what
had fades,
I like
some
that.
had,
Little twist.
Caesars, little
Glad they didn't
twists.
give him
Yeah.
that
Some of
Killmonger flip
Yeah,
over.
none of them
yeah.
had the
That
Killmonger
nobody,
look.
not a single person had that little hairstyle.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was bad for Lonnie, but because it was actually pretty cool. Because you know what, and hopefully everybody's seen the series. The way Lonnie's gonna transition, everybody look cool with them cornrows.
If he
With
keeps
his,
the cornrows.
if he keeps cornrow, because let's keep in mind, if you ever seen how Tombstone originally looked, yeah, let's go with them cornrows, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I didn't realize this was done by, a black person at first.
Yeah.
It took me till after the series had been completed and then it came up and it was, Jeff Trammell and his wife. Which happens to be same age as me, 35. So him being able to, you know, be able to put our experience in it, but also be able to keep it true to who Spider-Man was at the same exact time. I thoroughly enjoy it because I definitely think this is a TV show about dual. I guess let's say a duality, but I feel like it was more than just about Spider-Man, but
Mm-hmm.
also the contrast of Lonnie's character. as you're following throughout the story. What you was going to say, Jazz?
Who got the better storyline, Peter or Lonnie?
Dude, I don't
Lonnie.
know. I can't say who has a better one. I didn't like Lonnie's storyline though, because for me,
Is it
it's
because
the
like from where he started to where they
yeah.
pretty much
I
had
don't.
it going?
Which I mean, you have the tragic tales, right? You do have
Right.
tragic tale. You do have the tragic tales that come from it, but I just don't see in today's world a person being in the get like being in the gang where they just like you can't go to school. You just need to be out here in the streets just hanging out with us. Like it was like, bro, what your family still struggling? Like, why are you just hanging out of this abandoned building?
Because
It
his
was
family is safe. They just safe and broke. But the
But
gang is keeping them safe.
he could have played football.
poor and protected.
He could have played
I,
football. It wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying?
I really still wanted him to play football. And I was just like,
I want
he's still in school.
that, bro. They just took it. That ended his whole little. He nigga stopped going to school.
I would not have answered my phone at practice. I would have been like, that shit in the locker. Y'all just gonna have to come out on the field.
Y'all got to
I
wait.
said,
And
right.
then,
I was like, Lonnie, don't pick up.
and then Don was a whole ass nigga on top of that too, man. He was just getting that man set up in so many different ways. Like I would have left them like I'm done with this game, man.
You ain't got no structure. No structure.
He read a
It's
book.
horrible.
Read a book. How we gonna
But
make money?
You got to give credit to I think it's Josh Tremmel, who's the
Yeah.
showrunner and creator, and the show he came from,
Jeff.
I believe, was Jeff Tremmel. Excuse me, not Josh Tremmel. He comes from Craig of the Creek,
I've heard about that, and a lot of
which
people love that.
dude, that and what's my other show? Falls. Oh man, what oh god darn it.
Gravity Falls.
All I was that
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. Those two shows are the craziest. Gravity Falls is way weirder than
Is.
Craig of the Creek because
I don't know what Craig of the Creek is, but I know Gravity Falls is weird shit.
I just heard about that
Mabel is
last year.
Mabel is my hero, but man, Craig of the Creek is actually pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I came into it late, just like with Steven Universe. I'm not a big fan of Steven Universe though.
Ooh, chill out. Hold up, not too much.
No. I ain't saying it's horrible.
Okay.
It's something I just never.
I'm gonna tell
Anthony
you.
said, I don't know what the hype is.
I'm gonna say this. It is kind of slow when you get into it. It
Mhm.
is slow, kind of getting into it. And Steven is kind of bitchy. So if you can't get into that, you're gonna be like, hold up, I can't listen to this little white boy
Well,
just keep whining without his
yeah,
mamas.
it's like stop with your privilege, bro. We've been through it. We all been through it though. But no, and plus, I'm a huge Adventure Time fan. So any show that from the cartoon, Cartoon Network, if it's not as good as Adventure Time, I'm just, I have a preference, I guess.
And that's okay. And that's okay. Jad, did you have a pick between Lonnie and Spidey and
Oh,
Peter?
definitely Lonnie. I thought I didn't like the path that he was on, but I feel like the storytelling of his was a lot better than Peter's because you saw what he gave up in his relationship with Peter and just it was a very unfortunate story, but then you saw him build that brotherhood that he no longer had with the football team. Now he had it with the gang members. And I was just like, damn. I mean, at least he found family somewhere. Like
he gave up hopes and dreams to be a gang member.
Right.
Yes, niggas.
But again, he did it to save his brother. Now, I'm gonna be brutally honest. Your brother's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. So dumb because he wasn't getting enough attention.
He wasn't the brightest light in the house. And the fact that you sacrificed your ride, your moments to save him, I mean, look, that's brotherly love. I get it. But sometimes, as the great Rico, not our friend Rico, but Rico and Paid in Full say, niggas get shot every day, B.
Man.
You got to keep it moving.
Anthony was like, oh, he put that gang. Should I? Let me go do my homework.
Yeah.
He'll come home eventually.
And they're in Harlem. It was destined for it to be.
but I like that the one
And
you
no
see
diss to Harlem at all.
like you see like the he is it the same episode where it shows them going home at the end of the episode, the first episode with Peter going home, he gets the pizza, he finds a VCR in the trash, and
Mhm.
it's just like you see him. It's just a difference in the walk of him
Yeah.
going home to him seeing that crazy car in front of the house, which of course it's been pointed out 1,000 times. Just a parallel from No Way Home. No, yeah, not No Way Home,
No,
but
Homecoming.
Homecoming when no,
Oh,
actually
no,
it's
no,
Civil
no,
War.
no.
It's Civil
Civil
War.
War.
It's Civil War.
Excuse
Actually,
me.
it's in Civil
Yeah.
War when Tony Stark is up in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And you go back to you see the contrast. You see Lonnie. You just see he's being profiled by the police. You just see all the rundown places before he gets to the house, and he finally gets to the house, and it's just like, man, look at all the stuff he's
Right.
having to go through on
He's
his
got to
side.
take what, 2 trains, walk 10 or 20 blocks, and do like he has a trek home from the pristineness of the school they're in. Because
Hmm.
remember, the original school got destroyed. Midtown got destroyed, and they're all at this new school, and he's like a good example of what busing is.
Hmm.
When you take a child from a certain urban area and bring them out in the burbs, but you never really pay attention to how far they have to go to get there. Pete's in Queens, and whether people want to believe it or not, Pete is broke. But there's something about Peter's broke is completely different than Lonnie's broke. You know, And Lonnie's like, man, look, any day now, I could be dead. Peter's like, I found a VCR. What a lucky day. And it's like, oh, okay.
Peter's the
Hmm.
equivalent of what we keep trying to explain to people what white privilege is. And they're like, but I'm poor too. And it's not about money. It's about you have the privilege to walk around and be who you are. And there's no repercussions. There's nobody
Mm-hmm.
looking at you. There's no worry to what you got going on. And your poor is different than this family's poor.
Right.
But we do
But
have
they
some.
both broke.
Yeah, I mean, but we do got
Right.
some privilege in this motherfucker too, because you got Osborne. Osborne is using his influence, his power to figure
Mm-hmm.
out who the fuck is Spider-Man. So he has found four 14-year-olds and put them in one building to watch them to see which one of these motherfuckers is doing something they shouldn't be doing, so I can take it for myself. Elaine, what did you think about Norman Osborn's character in this
He
story?
Look, Norman never sat well with me. He was always giving me kind of like what do you call it? Groomer vibes. Like,
Mm.
how were you able to deduce that in this entire city you picked out these five people
But
and four and knew that one of them had to be Spider-Man, but knew enough about these children, because these are children. You knew enough about these children to know that they could make this
Mm-hmm.
damn arc machine, whatever the hell it was, to get you what you wanted to get you out into the universe. Like, I don't know, you're giving me very, like, you should be running your multinational company, not paying attention to what these 14-year-old children are doing. So it's giving me very much groomer mixed in with maybe just a little bit of pedo vibe.
Oh, no, not a nigga with waves. What is wrong with you, woman?
see, I ain't even
I
got my
was gonna
waves yet.
ask y'all, like, did y'all think he had any good intentions at any point during this, or was it all just I need him to be, I guess, under my thumb?
I think he
Us.
thinks he had good intentions, because I think
Mm-hmm.
initially with Doc Ock, I think he was, but even with Doc Ock, he had like a petty, it was real petty about it. It wasn't like I'm trying to stop him to save the world. I was trying to stop this motherfucker because he left and took some of my shit and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so I really think he thinks he had good intentions,
Well,
but no,
Norman is the personification of the road to hell is paved in good intentions.
that part.
And no matter how you want to look at it, how you want to dissect it, the dude has always been, from the comics to the animation, to the movies. He's been an opportunist. And he is a capitalist at heart. He's a scientist, don't get me wrong, but he is a scientist about the dollar. And success is everything to him, not making creations that can better humanity. It is what can fatten my pocket and what could put me in a higher status amongst everybody, you know.
But
So
like you
him,
had that. He had that. You were up here. Oscorp is up here.
yes,
Like,
but
why
I
are
want
you
to go
still?
even further.
Oh my God. Like, just shut the fuck up. Not you, Anthony,
And
but
but also you got to think, Helene, just like we're going through now in this little crazy ass country we live in, it's about government contracts.
you making me feel
That's
like
where
Brit
the
on this episode. Like, I'm feeling real Hotepian about these rich motherfuckers and they billions. Like, don't you have a fuck
oh
enough?
man.
Don't you have enough? Isn't it enough, Oz?
No, you're right. You're right. But Norman Osborn wants it all. He literally sits and listens to Kendrick Lamar's Man in the Garden every day he wakes
I
up.
believe that.
I deserve it all. And he wants that government contract. It was so cool to see General Ross,
Yeah, that was dope.
in the
Mm-hmm.
series. So he knows the power is in the government funding. And the fact that he went and he searched for those 4 teenagers is, I get what you're saying, very groomerish,
Mm.
but it is also get them while they're young and you could lock them
So
in.
I can
And
groom them. Yes.
to
Get them while they're
become,
young.
yes, get them while they're young, but also everything that they create is yours in perpetuity.
Yeah.
Every
Mhm.
design that they make, you got 4 of the smartest kids
And then you will
in that.
foster it and give them whatever they need. So
And look, Amadeus Cho, if y'all don't know who he is, he's totally awesome Hulk. He is a brash, arrogant SOB, just like in the show. They got him right, but he is very intelligent. I think in the Marvel lineup, I think he's the 7th or 8th most intelligent character in the Marvel universe. Now that may change, that might have changed, but no, Osborn knew exactly what he was doing. And it's basically, yeah, I'm here, but I want to go beyond where I am.
he
And
is
that
definitely a
is,
master manipulator
oh,
for
Very,
yes.
sure.
very much so. Very,
Yeah.
very much so. Because I even with going through, because he had that, and it was episode 4 when Peter was going through the suits.
That that's exactly what I was
He
thinking,
was,
Jason.
episode 4, he was going through the suits and he was just saying all the different things where the Avengers messed up and nobody
Mm-hmm.
takes accountability for the different stuff that they do. And they created this, whether it's he said, whether it's an accident or not, they created this,
Right.
this metal gamma suit that
Hmm.
almost wipes the earth. And the whole time behind the scenes, well, it doesn't happen at this point. I don't know. I'm curious if he was always wondering if he could do that at some point. When Peter gets messed up, he gets hurt. He then duplicates more
Hmm.
spiders based on his blood,
Yep.
to create his own. Whether it's, what I think it's going to more so probably be to make his own, do it to himself or do it to whatever his intent is behind getting, Peter's blood to do something with it. But also, later down the road where he have them creating different quadrants to make this big massive, hey, I'm going to open up the universe to bring, bro, why would you open up the universe to anything that you see? Every time this has happened, you seen it's been a bad thing. Why do you think it's going to be different for
Because
you?
he's a narcissist and he thinks
Exactly.
he's gonna be the
Exactly.
deciding factor to make it different.
And that's the funny thing, because,
Everybody did it, but not me. It's gonna be different if I do it.
right, y'all have all seen that the Chitauri has already taken down, attacked New York. So there's something out there.
Right.
Because what Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man takes place after Civil War, so the Sokovia Accords are in effect.
Hmm.
Um, so Norman really is Marvel's Lex Luthor,
Hmm.
Yeah.
but where Lex is more about the evolution of man, Norman is just a skeevy ass businessman.
He just wants
And
money.
it is power. If I can attain it,
If
I'm going
Donald
to
Trump was
get it,
smart,
which is
that
not going to ever happen.
he would be
He would be Octavius. I mean, not Octavius, but Norman Osborn.
he would be
He'd
Norman
be a
Osborn.
Norman. Yeah, he'd be a Norman. But he
What
wouldn't rock the waves.
is Elon Norman?
No,
If he
no,
was smart. But no,
no.
but see, that's just it. Elon has not. Norman, you can actually say, is a scientist. He could invent things. He had a mind for scientific achievement. Elon
Yeah.
Musk just has money to throw at people that have minds for scientific achievement. So no.
But then again, the man does have a think tank,
Yeah.
and you can always grab from the think tank and put your name on it and say, hey, this was me. I woke up one morning and it just popped in my head. It's like, well, no, dude. You had a group, you had a consortium you had a brain trust that came up with this, and you're just the person fronting it. They're ghostwriters for you. But Norman is a scientist. He understands science. It's not like he's, just this rich guy. He really knows, he can navigate through the scientific world. He's just not as good as an Otto Octavius.
Yeah.
Or
I think they
Right.
always probably worked a little bit better together. But it's always funny. They always forget Bruce, forget Tony. I'm better.
Yeah.
I'm better. Both of them on them. I should be able to do it if they can. Why I should be able to in the same level. But one thing
I love the
did,
fact they call Ultron a murder bot. That made my day.
one
Created a
thing,
murder bot to take over the world.
one thing I did look at, within Norm, I thought that he was the one that was pushing the weapons to the people on the street.
Me too.
Testing Spider, testing to see how far he could get Spider-Man to go. And I was gonna say, ask Jazz, who was your favorite villain within the story?
It's got to be Scorpion. I thought the way they did Scorpion in this was so dope. Because normally he's not like a top Spider-Man villain to me. But in this, dude was crazy. He was fucking up Peter. Peter was about to be dead.
I almost cried. I ain't gonna lie, I almost cried the second time I watched the episode. I said, "This nigga is fucking this nigga up." And Norman, and we talking about Norman being so narcissistic. He was so caught up in trying to find Octavius, he done took the headphone out. Peter talking to, "Hey, I'm trying to." I was like, "Bruh."
That is a child that's out there.
Sometimes you gotta take the headpiece out. You like, all right, so he good. Let me go ahead. We good. We all duty tonight.
Hey, Peter, this thing said the suit got punctured. What's going on?
He died on the other end.
Yeah,
sounded like Casey from Scream. Like, yo.
Basically, Norman started doing his touchdown dance at the 20-yard line, and the motherfucker was right there at the 25, and he's like, "I made it, babe," and then, bam. So.
I love that fight scene.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite fight scenes.
Yeah, that one was well done and animated. And the funny thing is that what folks don't understand, Spider-Man could literally kill all these villains if he let loose.
No,
and I'm gonna just recommend this. What is it? The Superior Spider-Man? When Doc Ock took over Peter's body.
I seen that. That's crazy.
And he was Spider-Man. And him and Scorpion got into it. And Doc Ock didn't understand or realize Peter's real strength. And he punched Scorpion and dislodged his jaw. And the look on Jameson and everybody. Because you just see, the still is just Scorpion getting knocked, but you start to see his mouth rip. And everybody's like, oh my God. And Octavius is like, he's been pulling his punches for the longest. And it made Otto scared.
He out here like Mark.
Yeah. He switches back with him, and he like Peter like get on his ass like for real at that time, don't he?
Yeah, and then Octavius started helping him. Like, look, dude,
I was just playing.
I see what you can really do, and and Peter's like, okay, now but Peter's been holding back. It's like Superman. Superman has to turn down his strength when he's interacting with humans.
Mm-hmm.
Because best finale ever, Justice League Unlimited, when he told Darkseid, all my life I have
That's
been
one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, when he said I have been holding back because
Mhm.
with the slightest mistake, I can rip through people like cardboard.
And motherfucker's
But
like, and I'm
not
ready
you.
to not hold back with you though.
Yeah, when he told him, but not you, big boy.
Mhm.
You can take it. And
Mhm.
Superman reared back and went all the way to Krypton, probably to Africa, and just hit
Oh yeah, he
Doomsday
ancestor
and
fucked the shit out. He knocked
oh
this shit from
yeah,
the
man.
from every
The
motherfucker on what's that planet?
Sister fuck.
Krypton.
Yo.
Oh yeah. He found the power of Ra and just decimated him. Now, sadly, Doomsday kind of laughed it off and got to pimp slapping him around again. But again, to see Peter really is living Uncle Ben's with great power comes a great responsibility. So
Uncle Ben's like the rice.
no, his uncle, his
Oh,
uncle,
my bad.
his actual uncle was Benjamin Parker. God damn, girl, read a book.
You
I'm
said
gonna
Uncle
say,
Ben. I was just saying rice.
I do love, and I'm sorry, I don't want to take too much time. I do love that they made Norman try to say
Black?
the famous phrase,
Oh.
and he goes, "But Peter, with great power comes great respect." I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Let's
Flip.
turn on DMX. It's time. Can
Let's
we
get
play
it on.
Yeah. Can we put on the Rough Riders anthem? Because somebody's about to get dropped. And I love that because now that's kind of what Peter's living with right now. It's not the responsibility of being Spider-Man. It's him wanting to need to be respected.
Yeah.
So that ass whipping woke up something, and we all saw Scorpion didn't want none of that.
Yeah,
He wasn't built for it yet.
He wasn't built. He was not built to last. Was y'all favorite villain also Scorpion as well?
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, man. I liked Unicorn.
I figured you
She
did.
was,
I figured
she
you
was
did based on our last talk. She was a hardcore motherfucker too.
when what was it?
Mikolai.
Alexi or Mikolai?
Mikolai.
Yeah, Mikael. He was like, stop. We got to get out of here. Oh no, this little son of a bitch got to die, and I'm gonna do it. And she was willing to kill her partner to get this done. And if you don't know, that is the Rhino, not Unicorn, but Mikael is the Rhino, and I cannot wait to see his design. Are they gonna go traditional? Or are they gonna stick with the tech look? Because that's the whole thing about this series. The villains are more tech based, which all Spider-Man villains are. But I really want to see what they do with the Rhino, because I love how you told Peter, you know what? We even, but the next time I'm killing you.
It's a lot of his situations sort of were like that. Like the people that was going against him kind of helped him.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see, what ends up happening with him and Lonnie. Like on the video game, they have a relationship, and it's like he kind of helps him they kind of help each other in different ways until unfortunately
that was what Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. Yeah,
Spider-Man 2.
It was in Spider-Man 2.
Now,
But yeah, they kind of
tell me this, Jason. Didn't Tombstone look like Ving Rhames?
He did.
I rest my case.
Ashy
Hopefully,
one. He look like he like Ashy Larry, but that's why I was like, what is this? I said, what's going on? But of course, we see it at the end of the episode.
He loses his skin pigment from the chemicals that he fell into. Well, not fell into, but got bombarded with. Yeah. So but the thing is he gains super strength. His durability. He's basically a vitiligo Luke Cage. That's Tombstone. He got the Michael Jackson.
Cage.
Yeah,
he got the Michael Jackson. So
if they let him keep the braids, it's gonna be hard.
It might be,
and that's why I said I want to see how far it goes.
I was gonna say, wasn't it
Blue
No,
with the
that
white
dude. That
braids.
dude didn't
He
have
hard.
vitiligo. That dude was albino.
You talking about
Oh, you talking about Crondon
Yeah,
from Black from
from
Black Lightning?
I can't stand you black folk.
yeah.
He hated me.
That
I
nigga was
guess you gonna
Uncle
come with your
Ruckus in real
chicken and
life.
watermelon. Oh yeah, he was a self-loathing black man. I was like, dog,
he was
you have
hilarious,
got
dog.
to. You taking it too far. But Big Donovan is a Luke Cage villain.
Mm.
So
That man right
yeah.
there, man. That guy right there, man. He gonna send his man
Look,
to the enemy territory. Order food
yep,
under his name. You could have put that food under
Mhm.
anything. Mitchell and Ness.
yep.
Right.
It could have said anything. Big Donovan. I wouldn't
You
even
could
say
have
I
gave
would,
him a warning too, though. Like he
but
could have warned him,
No,
like where he was going. Because
but
what
that's the
if?
thing. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jazz.
No, I was gonna say like, because what if Lonnie couldn't run, but he a football player? And like he bet a lot on Lonnie's skills of being
What
a
you trying
fast.
to
That
say?
part.
He Tom Brady?
Yeah.
No, I'm
No.
just saying like he could have twisted his ankle if he wasn't like
True,
athletic enough, and
true.
then he would have got jumped, and then they wouldn't have
Hmm.
got their burritos.
But also keep in mind,
When they got their
Donovan's whole
burritos.
thing so say was you gotta prove you got heart. You gotta prove to me that and that's not the way you prove it. The skirmish in the ball on the ball court, that's the proof. You know, you didn't have to
Meanwhile,
send
Donovan is
Lonnie.
a bitch.
Oh,
Right.
well, hey, look, some crazy Puerto Rican with a scorpion tail. Look,
No, but
I
that's
Anthony, you
how it
running?
always is. It's some old nigga
Wait,
somewhere that's
wait,
recruiting young
Anthony.
niggas and
I'm
Anthony,
skipping away. What?
you gonna leave your gang back
nigga.
there?
Come,
what gang? Fuck that
come,
gang.
That nigga say
gang,
fuck them.
Wait,
come.
Anthony gonna
You
leave
saw,
his crew behind?
you saw Donovan got in that Subaru, right?
Hey, I know one thing. When we have this podcast meetup, we better not do shit because Anthony will he will snitch and then leave us right where the fuck we
I
at.
don't snitch. I just leave. I
We're
don't
gonna be looking
snitch.
around for Anthony to get a ride. Anthony gonna be
Yeah.
3 miles down the road.
Hey,
Three miles.
have y'all
I'm
ever
Not
already in
telling us
Lafayette.
it's crazy.
have y'all ever
Not
seen
just running without giving us a warning
damn
would
What
be
did I say earlier?
crazy.
If you see me running,
run to?
run with
Run.
me.
But
Y'all seen Paper Soldiers?
with Kevin Hart.
Yeah, with Kevin Hart. Man,
No, no.
it's the scene in there, man. Kevin Hart, he does breaking and entering.
Uh-huh.
So they they break into a house, and then the getaway driver he was tripping that whole. He was like, man, oh shit, they go to the police. Man, I gotta get the fucking away from here. I gotta get the fucking away from here. So as they coming out the house, he drives off. As they
Yeah.
like after they break it, he come back around. And he listen, that motherfucker just looked me in my eyes and just kept going. He came back. He comes back one more time. He was like, man, I had to make sure I thought the police was on me. He said, motherfucker, nobody on you. You was by yourself. And I seen your bitch ass look at me and keep on driving.
You could have stopped. You could have opened the door. You could have let me get. But no, man. No. I am not messing with no food with no gamma radiated suit that's got these damn scorpion tail on it. Now I do love the fact that the tail, unlike what they did in the Spider-Man cartoon in '94, Scorpion's tail would shoot like lasers or some kind of energy blast. I like the fact that they kept it old school. The stinger just does what it does. It impales, it pimp slaps you if it must. It's strong enough to have Matt Gargan swing around if he need be. It's a versatile tactical suit. I thought it was perfect. I'm just saying, he walking down the street. I don't know you, sir.
Yeah.
The
I don't know
scorpion
you.
tail was giving me very Doc Ock.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
Right.
Well, that
a
but
single
again,
Doc Ock.
That has me excited when we actually see his, because
well,
I feel like it's going to
we
be
saw the
very
arms
similar.
Yeah.
because the
Did we see
arms
the
made
whole
an
thing?
appearance. He didn't have it on.
Okay. Yeah.
The arms
Okay.
protected him as he was trying to get away. But that's the thing with Otto. Otto leaves his signature in the things he create. So a lot of things he create has that kind of Doc Ock feel to it. But the crazy thing is, in the comic books, Scorpion was created by J. Jonah Jameson. Jay Jonah paid Matt Gargan to put on this suit. He couldn't get it off because comic
Yeah,
books.
I didn't know that.
And
I didn't know that.
yeah, Jay Jonah wanted Spidey dead, man. He was like, "Look, I'll pay you. You got to take the menace off the street."
That man right
The
And
there.
menace.
They didn't have him in here at all. And
no,
maybe it may be a
Nah, he
season
ain't
2
made. He
thing.
ain't old enough yet to have him.
Shit, the Daily Bugle already a thing though, because you
I
see
mean,
that
yeah,
was
the
the
true.
Bugle's
first.
been around. The thing is, because Pete worked for the Bugle as a teenager,
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting the pictures, but I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna make this go, because I think there's been the last 2 or 3 Spider-Man animated series, if I remember right, J. Jonah Jameson really wasn't a main factor or not in it at all. I think in Spectacular Spider-Man, which to me is one of the best Spider-Man animated series, J. Jonah's there, but it's more of, I'm J. Jonah Jameson, you're blah 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 blah, and it's it.
I mean,
You know,
that's all I would want. I wouldn't want him being no figurehead, no main person type shit.
yeah,
Just hearing his voice somewhere. That damn Spider-Man is
yeah,
raising the tyrant around this bitch. Oh, so
uh,
just
right. Hero or menace. Yeah,
Jameson
man.
Wow saying that.
Oh yeah, Jameson a mofo, man.
Who you
Jameson is a mofo.
Helene, who was your favorite villain?
Probably. I mean, I don't know if you can count it as a single villain, but like the symbiote, the Venom symbiote
Yeah.
that came out of the fucking came from space. Like
Yeah,
how
the
you
Clintarian.
That
you a
was
space
cool.
villain.
Did
Like,
y'all,
I was
did
like,
y'all,
damn, didn't win.
did y'all,
Oh, I'm sorry.
did y'all think that was a symbiote? And then when y'all first seen it on the first episode?
When I
Yeah.
first saw it, I was like, are
I was on the
they?
fence until the very end.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for me was when the tentacle came out during the school fight at the beginning.
Oh, see, I didn't think it
And
was a
then I
symbiote
just
that
went,
early on.
wait a minute, let me look again. And then I rewound it, and then I saw the face and the way it was made. I was like, okay, y'all are going straight into the symbiote saga
Yeah.
early. Okay, fine, let's go. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah. Jason, did you think it
Hopefully.
was a symbol? Was at the beginning?
I don't know what I thought initially, because I was just like, man, what was that? What is that thing? Like, I'm like, is it like somebody in a suit, or like where the fuck they even come from? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I thought. Then at the end, I'm like, oh shit, okay, that makes more sense now.
Was y'all shocked to see like Doctor Strange? Because I
Threw
thought that
me
was
the
cool.
hell
A little bit,
off.
a
Right.
little
To
bit.
In the
see him
first
in the first
episode,
episode.
Yeah.
nah,
bit.
but
Yeah.
I mean, I get, well, they pretty much tell too much. So I knew who was going to be in the episode. I didn't know how they were going to be used in the
Oh,
episodes. So, just them being the whole thing of them making sure you understood Peter didn't have powers in that first one. I appreciate them doing that. Like he was just like
Mhm.
just a regular boy. Up until that fight happened and he gets bit, because they have a lot of different iterations of how the spider comes and how he gets bit
Yeah.
in those moments. So yeah, Peter, not Peter, but Doctor Strange popping up, that was dope. But them doing a parallel at the end, I was just like, man, what, this shit is blowing my mind. I was like, Jazz, have
The
you
whole
I
seen
time
loved
this?
it.
loop.
Loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that
That
was
threw
super
me.
dope.
I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, it works. Because I
Yeah.
do love when he pops up and he goes, that's the guy from earlier. And Dr. Strange's like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Who are you, kid?
I had to go back. So I watched that episode and then I went back to the first one and I had to go back and rewatch it because I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Like, so this nigga
It was,
didn't really know. I'm like, oh, so it's a time loop.
yep.
Yeah. I
Like
love that.
it was gonna happen regardless.
I
So
was curious if it was going to come back to that because I was just like, okay, where did Doctor Strange come from and where is he going? And
mhm.
so when you saw it at the end, I was just like, we came full circle.
Yep.
Mhm.
I thought, but I
And
did
oh,
think the second time the spider was going to bite somebody else though.
Yo, I did too. When you saw it, because I thought like I thought it was gonna be totally different and something there was gonna be a different outcome. Like it
Hmm.
literally wasn't gonna be just a continuous loop. I thought it was gonna be
Right.
like I'm gonna drop this spider in and something is gonna veer off and there's not gonna be Peter,
Hmm.
but
Well, and
they
at
kept it the
first I
same.
was like, maybe it'll be what's the old girl name?
Oh
Not
girl,
Gwen.
yeah.
Or it could have been
Nico,
Gwen or Nico, or they would have introduced Silk. But then I said, well, wait a minute.
is that
I
who
looked at
is that who Pearl supposed to be?
no, no,
Okay.
Pearl's from the comic books. She's actually Peter's girlfriend since Peter and Mary Jane had split. Um, but I was really thinking I had to look at it again. The portal was green. So in my mind, I was like, wait a minute. When Doctor Strange usually does his portals, it's you automatically see, where it's going, no matter where he puts it. But this had a green tinge, and I'm like, oh, that's right. He's still using the time stone. So that, mixed with his port, he went back in time. All right, smart move, Jeff. But
Oh
we
shit.
still
I'm
don't
with you now.
know
I'm like, because
where.
I did not deduce that just from a green aura. Like,
Once we
Yeah,
got
because
to the end, I said,
yeah.
he
okay.
was still using the time stone. It
Right.
was still in effect because remember he reversed and then he did his thing. So I guess it kind of mixed. But we don't know where the spider went after Pete got bit because it went on a book sack
And somebody
and
else took that book, that
that
bag, but we
book
don't know who
bag.
picked it up.
And some people are saying, "Oh, it's Miles," and I'm like, "No, I don't think it's
Not in the same
Miles."
not in the same time, same universe.
Well, but again, Miles is younger than Pete. Now, again, I don't know how this universe works because this is multiverse. So they could be around at the same time, same age. We don't know. So, and also, I don't think they're going to play with Miles Morales because Sony still has the Spider Verse thing they got to finish one day. So they still have they still have
Do
a
you think
lock
if
on
the
that.
spider bit somebody else that they would get the same kind of powers? Are the
Hmm.
powers dependent on the person or is just blanket powers from the spider?
Well, if it's the same spider, I think it'll be the same transformation. And you see, because Miles' spider was genetically created. So Peter's spider was just a regular spider that got zapped.
No, no, not
Well,
necessarily
no, I'm
because
I'm
that's
talking
the
Oh,
about
really?
spider
old
I
that.
thought
school
his was
Oh
spider.
controlled.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
It
talking
was
about old school Spider-Man stuff.
right, right. Yeah.
His was a radioactive spider. Miles was a genetically enhanced spider.
Hmm.
But in this universe, Peter created Peter. Well, Spider-Man created Spider-Man, if you really think about it.
Yeah, because it was
So
his blood.
it's
Peter
his
created
blood.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Peter created Spider-Man. Spider-Man created what came first, the Peter or the Spider-Man? We don't know.
What was he mixing with? So that what he had to be mixing something with Peter's blood, right? Because what did the spiders have
Yeah,
in
you
them
can't
if
just
that
go
spider?
straight blood.
It
You
was some
you
shit.
Right.
I'm sure it
you
was some
pull from the
shit from Doc
DNA.
Ock that he had already gotten from Doc Ock.
Yeah,
Okay.
and for the
Because I'm like,
fact that Norman Norman had secrets upon secrets, you know.
Right.
So he have other, well,
You don't know. Look,
gotta
we
be
don't know what
geneticists.
Norman was doing in that office
Yeah.
because as soon as he hit that button and all that shit closed up, we
yo,
don't know what the fuck Norman had going on in that
Norman
office.
could have had a freak off. We don't
I
know.
think
he
he was
could have.
having some.
He
I think
probably
he was
would,
having some.
you know. But I think the way the show was set up and the way the stories ran, it didn't have like this lull to it. It just kept moving. It moved, it moved. You had the moments of seeing with Pearl and Lonnie, Peter and Nico. So you had then Peter and Harry. So they really did this. I really love how they did the relationships and how Peter is the focal point, but they all have their own strong story to tell.
Nico gonna
Nico
fuck
with
Harry.
yeah,
Nico wanna fuck Pearl. Did
yeah,
you
Nico go both ways.
what she said? She was like, I mean, I
Yeah.
wanted her for me too, but it is what it
Yeah.
is. And
Yeah.
I
See.
feel
See,
like I feel like Harry more Peter.
you think so?
No.
Man, all right,
Yeah, I
go
don't
back, go
see
back,
that.
go back, go back and look at it. Go
No.
back
But
and
do you
look at
think
it.
Nico
think
wants Peter?
Yes.
I think so, but
Because
I
she's being
also
Yeah.
real,
think
like,
Nico loves Peter like all. Let's keep this in mind. Nico's in a foster home.
Mm-hmm.
that's
Peter
true.
is probably next to the foster parents who actually do love her because you don't see her running away or
Yeah.
I'm being hurt or abused. Peter is the closest thing to a true friend I think Nico's had.
Mm.
So she
And
needs to
he's a
cling on to
steady
that.
true friend.
Well until he got to go fight crime.
And that's why her feelings were so damn hurt.
Right.
But was she overreacting because he didn't tell her about his secret?
Yes.
Yes,
Very, very,
and
very much so, in my opinion, because it was just more of it felt more like a jealousy thing. Like not the jealousy thing is,
mhm.
I've known this person longer than you. Why do you know the secret type thing?
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't like he gave the information up, like
But she
just
was
because
still
he
being
wanted to.
unreasonable. Even after Harry said, look, he didn't tell me. I just happened upon this shit. She was still being an
Right.
asshole.
But again, she feels like if I'm and Nico ain't talking about, hey, I practice magic now. Let's keep this in mind. Nico has a secret as well, and it's there. They've showed it. So yeah, she overreacted, but also if we're best friends, we don't keep secrets. But then again, she is a hypocrite because she's like, I'm walking around with a powerful magical amulet. I practice witchery or witchcraft, whatever they want to call it,
Witchery.
and witchery.
Witchery.
And she's not being as forthcoming with Peter as she wants Peter to be with her. But also, I think what she doesn't understand, and I think she sees it, knowing my secret, you see what I do. Your ass almost got killed, and I saved you. This is why I don't tell anybody. People who would know if any enemy found out that May Parker is my aunt, Nico is my best friend, Lonnie is my friend. I have a crush, but Pearl is my friend. What's to say that Scorpion wouldn't wake up or Unicorn wouldn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to kill them bastards?
I'm really annoyed by that trope.
Which one?
Like, why do our superheroes have to be alone?
I mean, they don't have
I
to.
get
Tony,
I
I
get
mean,
so annoyed by the trope
only
of
they don't,
like,
but
Yeah.
that's why people enjoy Marvel a lot more than DC because they don't. A lot of people don't like the whole secret identity. I have to keep this.
Mhm.
But in anything you do in life, you have to keep your people say that, but then you get on social media and you're not just posting your kids and you're not posting your personal life because you're trying to protect them from the shit on the outside world. So
Right.
imagine you being a hero, a cop, or somebody that not necessarily preys on enemies, but somebody who takes down people who are doing wrongdoing. Now motherfuckers who feel as if you going against whatever this hustle, the grind, or whatever it may be. And nah, I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna take some of your people. You done took my people out, and Peter not killing them. He just getting them
Mhm.
arrested. But it's like, hey, I'm finna get these motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Fuck these niggas. These motherfuckers around here now. They every type. Then these niggas went. They had every prayer went to the goddamn to the gang house. These niggas
Yeah.
had AKs, switches, every type of in New York. First, and secondly,
Crazy.
like how do you
Crazy.
Along with pizza, mind you.
I'm like, they're in Hell's
Very
Kitchen. And I was
stereotypical.
like, shout out to Daredevil. We got a cameo from him.
We got a good cameo
I loved
of,
it.
with
the devil of Hell's
the
Kitchen.
yeah.
I love that moment. But that was so old school Stan Lee, Steve Ditko. It made me happy, to see Daredevil interact with Spidey. And it's like, I want to see that. I know we're never going to see it in the Daredevil show, but the next
Don't say
Spider-Man
that.
film,
Don't do
that
that. Don't
had
do
to
that. You
be.
I
never know.
mean,
You
you
never
never
know. You
know.
never know. You never
Well,
know.
it ain't going to be Tom
I,
Holland.
But what about
but
what? I was trying to finish. What you said, Jazz? I was trying to finish. Let Jazz, not Jazz, but
no,
Helene fill it up her
it.
trope.
I was just gonna ask, do you think What If had to crawl so Spider-Man could fly?
No, Spider-Man was going to fly regardless because Spider-Man is successful on its own.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't need What If. I
I guess
think
let me break down Just because my
Your thought.
question. No. Just so you can see the vision of the question. Because
Okay.
what if was a series to where we just like, okay, let's see if we saw it go down a different path.
Mhm.
Originally season 1 was supposed to be. And so kind of
Right.
like in Spider-Man, you kind of see that because you have race swapping, you have gender swapping, you have different storylines and them taking pieces from that's in the live action and then building their own what if scenario.
Okay, I see what you're
But
saying.
I feel like how they implemented in Spider-Man was 10 times better than anything we got in What If.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they
and
just was ridiculous with it.
well, with what if that's the whole concept of what if? What if was supposed to go far and beyond, normalcy, right? It was supposed to be ridiculous. If you go and look at the comic books, they literally have one. What if Peter Parker becomes the Punisher? What if, what was the other one?
That would have been better than seeing Happy doing a Christmas party.
Well, it was funny, but not a great episode. You're
Wasn't
right.
funny.
I thought it was funny. Again, Marvel stepped on Marvel's toes with this last season of What If, because COVID hit, and we can't always blame COVID, but bad decisions were made. The people who were doing What If really wanted to incorporate the mutants, like hardcore.
Right.
They had an X-Men episode. They had Wolverine. They really wanted to come in and play with all the toys. And Feige and the higher ups were like, nope, can't use that. Can't use that. We're using this for this. Nope, 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 nope. So you get what you get. And I think phase 4 was it was a disappointment.
Yeah.
That not even What If could save it. And What If really felt the blowback from it. It got hit. The shock wave was, ever moving, and What If was one of the things that got hit by it. But I think now with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, with X-Men 97, I think Marvel really needs to concentrate. And if you're going to stick with this animation run, you're a part of Disney. Use your assets. Go to Pixar. Go to Walt Disney Animation Studios. Wake these MFers up and get them to be a part of it. And you could still get your animation studios, the ones you probably have in-house, and y'all collaborate. Imagine Iron Man as a Pixar series. Imagine that.
I would say use somebody else because I'm sick of Iron Man. But that could be
Okay,
fire.
well, let's throw away Iron Man. Well, the reason why I say Iron Man because somebody did a Pixar rendition of Tony, and it is gosh darn cute, and it's him with Dummy, and I was like, why are we not calling these people to make stuff? Like, use it. Look, Warner Brothers has used DC has used Warner Brothers animation since Batman the Animated Series, right?
Classic.
They won't let it go. And that's why their animation, even though some of the stories, Killing Joke, is poop, the animation is beautiful, fluid, and crisp.
Elaine was like, hold on. He did
Huh?
say that. I was like, wait.
What?
You said the Killing Joke story wasn't good?
The Killing Joke story animated?
Yeah.
Poop.
Oh, that's hate.
Nigga,
No,
hit
that's
that
not
button
hate.
on
That is
yourself.
fact.
Hit that
That
shut
is
the fuck
fact.
up button on yourself.
Hold on.
Anthony talking.
We
wild right now.
We don't talk wild.
We are in Spider-Man,
y'all
but
probably
I do
love the whole Bruce Barber sex thing. No, that animated version of the Killing Joke, garbage.
Sorry,
But
can we get back to talking about Spidey?
But I do have a question though. I do have one question that does kind of tie into the Batman whole thing. Why is it that Peter doesn't get the same flack for having his criminals arrested? Because they're just they're just as criminally insane. They be destroying just as much property. They get
Peter's
just
a
as many
child.
they get just as many people killed as well. But you don't get he doesn't get all the BS that Bruce gets. And you said this. You said this because he's a child.
Spidey's a child.
I think
Bruce is
with
a grown man with anger issues and
oh,
a cache of weapons and a cache of money at his disposal. He's got all the best toys. Kill a nigga. It's fine. It'll be okay. Spider-Man is a boy in a suit running around the fucking city doing this shit. What? No. Batman lit that part. Batman literally has shit that can kill you. Quite literally. This nigga is rolling around in a goddamn the Tesla Cybertruck before it was the Cybertruck in what is the Batmobile. Like, run these motherfuckers over. We know you can do it. You got a suit made of what? We don't know what the fuck that suit, Kevlar and everything up with nipples on it. Fuck these motherfuckers up, please. Spider-Man's out here in lycra and spandex. He ain't killing nobody, and he's a child.
But Spider-Man literally could kill people. Like
I mean, he has the strength for it, but he is still, I don't know. I will always see Spider-Man as either a teen, preteen, maybe mid-20s. You know, I'm not seeing Spidey past that phase. Now, when we saw Miles Morales, we saw Spidey with his kid. I was like, that's a little weird. I don't want to see Spidey with a kid. I just kind of don't. I really don't.
he has to grow, but
I don't want him to.
He's not
I
Peter
want-
Pan. He's not
I
Peter
want-
Pan. He's Peter Parker.
I want Bruce to get older. I don't want Spidey to get older.
That's
Mayday
crazy.
Parker is a gem.
Is she though?
Yeah.
She seemed she was like a little bratty.
Yes. And can climb walls.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't really like other people's children that much, so there's that.
I can
Yeah, I
climb
mean,
walls
you know.
too. But
Okay.
so
Inside of them,
yeah.
Well, if these walls can talk.
I'm gonna shut them bitches up. But look, all right, so
Oh my goodness.
so we kind of, like I said, we do. Of course, we see the journey that Peter is going on in between everybody, you know, from his family, his friends, of course, the enemies, as well. But of course, who is your favorite character that we got introduced to, but you know we haven't gotten backstory with yet? Jazz?
Can it be a character that we're already familiar with, or you mean like somebody new that we?
You have to have seen them in this show in the 10 episodes. You can't. It can't be anybody else.
Well, I was gonna say Dr. Connors because normally it's a man, but now they have a woman of color, and I didn't realize it was her until I ain't hear the name. When I saw the name, I said Connors. That's who that is. I was like, okay, they brought them in, and her and Peter are working together, so I like how they did that.
What about you, Helene?
probably Nico.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, she's gonna be interesting because I'm not familiar with her at all. But like I said, a lot of these people, I feel like they are new. What about you, Ant? Who you got? Your ass kind of know everybody, huh?
And can give you a dissertation on all of them.
I gotta
He'll
say,
pull out his
man,
book.
I'm
on
trying to see. Are you trying to see what she's gonna be? I'm trying to see. I'm saying.
On May. I think on May is going to. You know what I love about the way they have her right now? She is still, well, one, she's still based on Marissa Tomei.
Yeah,
so,
she's still young.
Still young.
10 niggas said, oh.
But on May is a G. The fact she did when she went to that prison, and the shocker of all shockers, I was not expecting that. Because remember, every time she leaves something, hey, Pete, had some things to do at work. There's some burritos in the fridge or whatever. Come to find out, she went visit a mofo in prison. And when they showed who the mofo was, I had to cut the TV off. I had to cut it off. I'm not
familiar with him at all. So that's who I want.
Mm-hmm.
That's the string that I want to pull on because I've never seen him.
Yeah, Richard Parker, man, that is Pete's old man. Now, in the comics and every other iteration, Richard and Mary Parker are dead as doornails. In the Ultimate Universe, Richard Parker was a scientist. In the 616 universe, they had it to where I think they were saying that Richard and Mary Parker were actual CIA spies. Again, this was made during the Cold War, when Spider-Man came out in 1962. But a lot of that's been retconned. I want to know what Richard did. And if they say he killed Mary Parker, we squabbing, because I don't need that in my life. Peter don't need to be going through this. The
See,
fact that
they don't talk about his. He only talks about his. I think he only talks about his mom. He never talks about his dad at all. So I don't.
and
So does he know his dad's in jail? Just because she
I think he
doesn't mention.
does.
I'm gonna say just because she doesn't mention it doesn't
I
mean
don't think
Right.
I don't think he knows his dad's in jail.
what
No,
makes you.
I think
There's not an
Pete,
inkling.
I think
There's
Pete
no
does.
inkling that says anything because he only talks about
True.
his mom when they talk. They
Yeah.
bond over them losing their mothers together. He never
Right.
mentions dad at all.
But I
It's,
think he knows, and he, like most, and look, I'm sorry, I don't know the psychology of children who have parents in prison, but from the few people I know whose fathers were in prison, they never speak about their dad. And they knew that's where that man was. So I don't know. Maybe Pete knows it and he keeps it locked in. It's like in the back of his mind, he's got it locked, tight. Or like he said, maybe Ben and May came up with a very elaborate story as to what happened to his parents, or what happened to his mom, and what happened to his dad. I just hope they don't do the Flash thing where
And
Richard
that's what I
Parker
was
is
about to say. I feel like
accused of killing Mary. Don't
if
do that.
he knew his dad was in jail, I feel like he'd be how Flash was, and he'd be there daily, weekly,
Right.
monthly, damn near hourly. If he knew that his daddy was in jail, that's why I'm like, I think he thinks that man is dead or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he knows
I
that he's
like I
alive
like
in jail.
I like the secret. I do like the secret aspect a lot
Yeah.
more than him knowing. Because it kind of at the end it kind of gives everybody a different storyline or a different thread because Nico has
Mm-hmm.
told him not to lie and she's keeping a secret or whatever, she's dealing with. You got, Aunt May up under the household with you. We all both, kind of keeping a secret
Right.
within that. I guess my other question with y'all is if y'all was Spider-Man, would y'all tell y'all close friends that you was, Spider-Man? Like would that be something that you would do?
Hell yeah, because I gotta tell somebody about the fuck shit I be doing during the evening. I got to. I couldn't keep that inside. I gotta tell at least one person.
Bitch, I was swinging through the
Yes,
neighborhood.
Nah, I'm like,
yes.
bitch, come with me. We about to swing around the neighborhood. Like, what you mean? Yes, I'm hitting the group chat so fast. Y'all, look at this video.
Right.
Like, what?
I'd have
That's
a
what I can
motherfucker out
do.
there as my private paparazzi. Bitch, get me over here. I'm gonna be okay. Pan
Angles
up.
on crazy.
Did that hurt? No, not really, but damn.
Nah,
Delete
Oh,
that one.
wow.
Delete that one. We don't
I
need
gotta tell at
that.
least
That's not a
one
good angle. That's not a
person.
good angle.
Right.
You
No,
got
nigga, that's like
So you got me
how
you got the
falling.
good friend.
how
You got the good friend.
Shuri got Panther and that nigga fell back talking about delete that footage. That's exactly how you gonna be. No,
Going to therapy.
I got to tell at least one person.
I'm telling
You
the
want
therapist. I
nigga,
ain't telling no.
that therapist wouldn't hold water. If you went to a
No.
therapist and been like, bitch, I'm Spider-Man,
No. I'm
nigga.
going in my costume, so you ain't gonna see my face.
Oh
And if
Lord,
you
this
do,
nigga is
and if
going
you
to
do
therapy dressed.
Wait,
dressed
you
up,
going with the costume on?
no, I'm gonna just go with the mask.
Sir, can we get your copay? I'm gonna pay cash.
Right.
How you gonna give him?
There you
How
go.
you gonna give him an insurance card?
Well, I'm talking about the
Is that
accent.
shit gonna say Spider-Man on it?
Yeah. That's why I'm gonna pay cold hard cash. Boom, you ain't got to know my insurance. Oh no, man, because I don't know. I
Nigga,
have this thing.
I would still tell you can't. And see, that is why God didn't make me a therapist. Because if Spider-Man walked into my therapist's office and was like, "Man, I just got these problems," I'd be like, "Bitch."
Oh
Wait,
man,
And then pictures
I'm
of
not.
like, I got
I'm
Spider-Man.
not.
Ouch.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was a therapist and Spider-Man was one of my clients, oh, his picture is on my top of my website.
Thank you.
Look who
one
I
of my
helped.
better
Therapist.
clients.
Look who I helped.
Here's one of my best clients.
Like,
And he just
what?
like,
We got pictures together and shit. Yeah.
I was able
nah,
to
that
turn his life around.
That's why I always enjoyed that in the comics. Pete would always go up to one of the buildings and get with the gargoyle. I think his name was Frank. He called him Frank or something like that. And he would just lay out all his problems to a stone figure, and then it would be like, you know what? Great talk. And he go right back to web swinging and go about his business. But no, I tell anybody, because if you're a crime fighter and you're doing vigilante stuff, you really don't want people to know, because that could be used against you. At the end of the day, that is going to be used against you. Now he's Spider-Man, keep in mind, but he ain't Superman. Bullets can still kill you. Knives can still kill you.
But if you just got the powers, you ain't gotta you ain't gotta fight no crime. You just got the powers.
No. But then other people gonna want to try to use you. The government's gonna try and take you to experiment on you. Yeah. Right. Open your third eye, Jazz.
But I'm saying, like, you wouldn't tell people that's close to you that you would be like, they're not gonna say nothing.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. My mama can't hold water on her tongue, so that is a no. My sister would probably be the only one. My sister would be the only one I'd tell. And then she's just gonna look at me and be like, "Man, what the hell are you gonna do with it?" I don't know. Figure it out, And then I go about my business. But
you definitely gotta watch who you tell, because there's a motherfucker that be trying to capitalize off your ass.
Yeah.
Hey, Spidey, so I made this bet that you couldn't swing with a criminal from this building to this building.
We can work it together. I'll be like, get it set up, record it. Go ahead and do that. Make that money. So, Jason, you telling anybody?
Be like, Jason going on TV.
Jason is going to go fight crime.
I like Tony Stark. This nigga gonna have a whole press conference.
I'm Spider-Man.
And pop out in his suit and shit.
No, Jason, y'all see Mad TV, right? Jason gonna be like, look what I can do.
Yeah, like Stewart. Oh man. No.
She
That's my biggest thing, man. You come out walking around with superpowers, man. The government after you, everybody after you.
They gonna get sniped soon as you come. I ain't
Well, the beauty of it is,
kill that nigga.
Spider-Man, you got
no niggas
with
powers. No niggas with powers.
Yo, we be like the X-Men for real.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? This is a comic book y'all really need to check out. It's literally called Black. That's the name of the comic series. And it's basically, what if superpowers really did exist in the world, but the only ones to have it are Black people? The covers to each issue would just knock down, drag out awesome. And they had it to where, now, I will be honest, one of the characters' name was Hood Rat. But
what is you telling us about a Tubi book? Anthony.
It's not a Tubi book. It's actually this book is
that
really.
Nigga's name is Hood Rat. Then yeah,
not a Tubi comic. Tubi comics. That sounds good though. Tubi comics.
I would probably get a few. See what they're working with.
I'm telling y'all, if you can find the trades or just singles, because the original is Black, and then they had Black AF. That's it.
Hold on.
No.
I'm like, what?
Unblur, mon frere.
Is that it?
That's it. That is the book.
Back it up. Okay.
And the
it's on Amazon.
Yeah, it's got to be the trade. How much?
It is a couple of dollars. It's $18.
Yeah, that might be the collection. Or if it might be the first issue, because I think it was Black, then Black AF, America's Sweetheart, which was actually good.
Yeah, Black AF and Black AF Widows and Orphans.
That's the one with Hood Rat and what you call it? That's when you start to find out that the government was literally snatching Black people up and experimenting on them to see.
They clone Tyrone.
Yeah, well, right? Exactly. But here's the thing. Now, there's another book. There's the antithesis book, the opposite, and it's called White. And
Say that
it's
word again.
white.
No, the other word.
Antithesis?
No.
Antithesis?
Antithesis.
I don't want to hear you lisp. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Antithesis.
Antithesis. Now shut up and kiss. But it's
Jazz,
told
go to hell. Go
from
to
the
hell. Go to hell. No. This is
We gonna see you there, shit.
not
It'll be all
you.
right. It's gonna be a party.
who cares? It's okay. It happens. But it's actually told through the lens of white people. And it's them actually. Now, the creators of this whole series are black. They're black creatives. But
Okay.
white is a one shot, and it's actually it's fairly thick book. I don't even know if it's being printed anymore. But it's actually pretty good. But if you can find black in that series, because Black AF America's Sweetheart is about a young black girl who does have superpowers, but she was raised by a white family. And it is such a good story.
Steven!
It's really
Isn't there a cartoon about like that?
No. They're supposed
It's
I
called
think
them. No, just
no, Lord, no. No. Oh, what's the that series on
Power.
the British, not Power, the one from Great Britain that's on Netflix. Oh man. With
Supercell.
Supercell.
I knew where you was going.
Thank you. We here. Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the thing in black. Like black people have what they a quirk, not a quirk, not you're quirky or anything. Quirky. It's a quirk, which is actual a scientific term with dealing with atoms. Our makeup is different, but it doesn't manifest with everybody. So when it does manifest, it's like you get these awesome powers. Like the main character in the book, it was very true. Yeah, it was very Trayvon Martin because the cops killed him and they had him in the ambulance, and all of a sudden the motherfucker just wake up like, what the hell is going on? And he's in the ambulance.
Yeah,
and he's already healed and everything.
Cops are always killing somebody.
Yeah. But I recommend it. Check out Black.
Appreciate that. I don't know. I think that was everything that I had. Jazz, did you have a note or something that you wanted to make sure that you touched on within the Friendly Neighborhood Spider Negro?
Yeah, like I would say if they decided to make a live action of this series, would y'all want to see it with the characters pretty much mimicking how they look in the animated series? So Osborne would be black. And if so they did a live action, you got to bring in Coleman Domingo to do that role. Just saying. But would y'all check that out?
So I don't know how they would do that because you still got Pete. We still got a Peter that we got to get an adult, and we still got to see Miles in live action. So that's a whole bunch of Spider-Mans. I'm already pissed off at all these Batmans. I don't want to see a whole bunch of Spider-Mans like that running around. I would like to see because we haven't got Norman in our in MCU universe yet. We haven't gotten one yet. That's if they go that route.
Well, you kind of did with No Way Home when they brought back.
But would you count that? I wouldn't count that.
I even though he's from a different universe, again, we're in the multiverse. So yeah, no, he's not MCU full, but he did come into the MCU. So yeah,
I get that, but I don't count. I wouldn't count him because but again, Spider-Man has so many different villains. It'll be interesting. I'm interested to see what way they go with the next trilogy that they have with him because there's so many different people they can pull from, and would they go around, the Doc Ock, the Doc Ock, the Norman,
Doc Ock, Lizard,
but they go
Green Goblin.
would they go around it to go and grab somebody different? Because the first three, like I love that they did that because I was like, oh shit, you pulling from characters I'm not even thinking about in these moments, like the way they did Jake Gyllenhaal did that fucking
Mysterio.
I was like, this nigga made this nigga a character. What the fuck is this?
People be trying to kill that movie, and I don't understand. Like I thought the movie was great.
No Way Home.
Trying to
Far
kill
From
that.
Home.
I've never heard
Far From Home was awesome.
I've never heard anybody try to kill it.
My timeline, they be trying to kill it when it show up. I
The
enjoyed
fact
it.
that they started off with Whitney Houston and a montage of the people who were gone. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
You know,
that was a good.
that movie was destined for greatness. And
I
that's not
would.
sarcasm.
I don't. I mean, Jazz. I'm with you. Like I would like to see, but they haven't done a Norman yet. So I mean, it is there's
Yeah.
hope they can use a black Norman or use a black somebody Osborne or something. But the crackers not gonna like it.
Nope.
I mean, I don't think they would,
And some
but I
black
was
folk.
just. I don't think they would, but I was just thinking to ask y'all if it were to happen, would you watch it?
Yeah, we gotta get it.
I'd watch it.
Of course, I'm
regardless.
gonna watch it. I'm there. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm a Spidey fan, so I'll support it. It's just got to be good. That's it.
Right.
Because like I remember talking with Jason, I said, look, my biggest gripe for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was the animation, and that was it. Everything else was good, but then it caught my eye, and like I really respected, why they went with this decision. And there are moments where I'm like, oh my goodness, this looks like Steve Ditko's artwork. This looks like 1962, 63, 64. This looks really good, And
I loved how you had reactions and transitions. It's like you were looking at a comic book in a different scene. So I love how they incorporated that. But the artistic for how this was made, which is why it took me so long to finish it.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, man, I'm not finishing. I was like, the design was throwing me off. But then as I was watching more episodes, I got used to it. And I was just like,
I like the design. That's one of the things I liked the most about it was how it was drawn and how they would open up the scenes, how they would open up the show, like how the front of an old comic book was, where they would have the little heads of who was in the comic book. I like the way it looked. I like the way it was drawn. It was more, I don't like some of the way that newer shit is drawn. It just, I just don't, it doesn't appeal to me. And this had more of a throwback feel to it.
Now I'll be honest, the theme song, I only listen to it
gonna
twice.
ask y'all.
After that, I skip intro.
I do too.
I'm not the biggest fan of the theme song. Now, I'll be honest with you. Once you hear the hey there and you hear that drum from 67, oh, it gets me hype. And then I'm like, all right, I don't need to hear the hippity hop. Moving on.
Soon as the niggas come in, Anthony's like, mute.
There's only one nig. Everybody else is white. So let's not go there. Let's not do it. No. Don't set yourself up there, Jazz. I love my people. It's just that I'm kind of a gatekeeper when it comes to theme songs. And if you're gonna use the original 67 theme song, do it well.
This guy.
Do it well.
It's okay.
I'm just, I'm old school. I love that, man. That shit used to bump as a kid. No,
Jazz,
shut your face.
Jazz, you got what Jazz you have?
Anthony was fighting the air every time a new episode dropped. He hated it so much.
I'm skipping the intro anyway. I'm never listening to the intro ever. I don't care what the show is. I'm going blasting through it as quick as I can.
You wasn't raised in a good time.
He do sound like a savage
when
because
the good times intro used to come on.
So there's intros I like. I mean, I know the Fresh Prince intro. I know the Family Matters intro. I know the Moesha intro. I know it's quite a few. I know sisters, both of them. I know both intros. The Cosby's, all three are intros. I know the intros, but like
you ain't say a different world. You ain't real. You not real. But
it's so many shows. That's just not.
Did y'all appreciate the montage of Peter trying different costumes?
That was funny as hell. And those costumes all were in the comics. That's when I started laughing. I was like,
because it gave me a real Edna Mode, no capes kind of vibe.
Yep. Oh man, when he went for the jump and his cape got caught, I was like, no, good and damn well.
That's what made me scream Edna Mode. I said, Edna been telling you niggas no capes for years. Y'all gonna listen one day.
Are those to help me get down? Nigga, please. Yeah. Beat you like a pinata while you up there right now.
Oh man. Although I do I love the which one was it? With the wings. That one had me laughing.
The
that was
black one.
scaring people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, they felt safe with the white one, but the black one, he
Mm.
was scary and stuff. Listen,
And
you ain't peace. I did. Woke.
what y'all think about the white, blue, and reddish suit? The one he pretty much had until we get to the classic skivvies.
I like that one.
It was cool, you know.
Yeah.
But the red and white gonna always the red, blue, and white gonna red, blue, whatever the fuck color that is. The
Yeah.
traditional color gonna
Red,
always
blue, and
just
black.
hit. It's just gonna always hit differently. But now in the
Yeah.
game, of course, you have all those different. And I never picked the
Right.
traditional on the game. I always picked the random one. But I mean, it has to look like Spider-Man. It can't be. You know, the black and white one. I enjoyed it. It was actually pretty cool.
Okay.
I like the black and
Yeah.
white and the white and blue. Tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm. Because
I like both.
because the white and blue is kind of based on his Future Foundation suit that he got from with his run with the Fantastic Four. And I think that was after Johnny Storm had died. Quote, wink wink. And I always did love how that suit looked in the comics, and the fact that they took, those some hints from it, some pieces from it, and made a suit. I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. Like, it looked really good, but man, for me, nothing hits like the red and blue. For just somebody, it's so him,
Yeah.
and the fact that he made his suit. That's why it's always been, for me, like, you can't go wrong with the classics, so yeah,
That's
fun
true.
stuff.
But did y'all have any other scenes or anything from the series that y'all wanted to discuss?
I think they pretty much gonna give us the Sinister Six real quick.
Yes.
I think, they've
I want to know who the hell
introduced
Nico is.
Same. Yeah.
They introduced Chameleon, which was dope. So you already have Chameleon. You've already introduced the Rhino. You got Doc Ock. So that's 3. Are we gonna get Electro? Because Max Dillon, his name was on that list that Harry had for his group. Which Amadeus Cho just went, I don't want to be with y'all. Get out of my face. So I think we're gonna get very villain heavy next season.
Are we expecting season 2 next year, or is that going to be 2027?
I think it's gonna be.
They said they're going to try to do it every year.
Okay.
Because I know 2 was already in production and greenlit before 1 ever came out.
Nice.
So it there's no Bo DeMeo controversy. So
yeah, fuck Bo. Don't bring the nigga name up on here. But I know Jeff Tramiel said that he well, they put out that he said he has 4 seasons written. He said that's not true. I have enough content that you can get enough. There's enough leaves to pull and tug on to possibly get 3 to 4. But I didn't say I wrote 4. There's enough information to get there.
Yeah.
Just based on how whenever he wrote it and began writing it.
I don't want to see Venom in season 2.
I can see them dropping Venom in season 2.
I think they might. I would like to see Venom almost like a sort of like a after credits, which I was so shocked they didn't have them. They put all the after credits are in the show, in the final episode. You got all those little tidbits. But I don't want to see Spidey versus Venom. I really want to see some classic villains going at it. I want to see Norman, if Norman because we already got the glider.
Think it's gonna be Harry?
I would, know what?
Harry might be the end of season 2.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think it'll be Harry. I think it's too soon. Like I feel like that'll be. I mean, I don't know. It's a possibility.
Well, Norman's in
so
desperation mode. Even though he's got a piece of symbiote, Norman's in desperation mode.
I can see us getting Carnage and Venom next season.
Oh God, that
As
was
long as there's that
Why
piece of
so
trivia
much?
out, I could see the same thing.
Because they be pretty much linked together.
True.
So you gonna put them. I don't see them having one season Venom and then the
Mhm.
next season Carnage. I don't see them breaking
No.
them up like that. So you definitely gonna get them next season.
I just don't
I
see. I just don't see us having to get Carnage at all. Truthfully,
I just
You
want
gotta
Doc
have Carnage.
Octavius to
you
have his
don't.
arms. I just want the arms to come get him,
You saying
break
he
him
was
out of prison.
well he was drawing them in prison, so
Yeah.
I don't think he got them yet.
No,
So
but
Where he get all his
in the
paper from?
comics, well,
They don't give them paper in prison, nigga. Like,
yeah,
Listen,
give
but
me
you
a
got
tablet,
kids out here in
notebook.
schools that need paper. But
Okay.
Osborne got some in jail.
Well, I
And
love
tape.
of course
how,
he
Because
does.
he put
but
it
you
on the
know what I love?
wall.
Otto is gonna represent himself at his trial. That shit was funny. Cause he literally read the Sokovia accords from
You know,
beginning to end. He
he
gonna get
did.
out of prison.
But
He
you know
getting
why he
out.
got paper? Because I bet you Norman is funding him in prison because he still need his ideas.
Could be.
Norman ain't doing that because
Oh
he. I mean, why
shit.
would you fund the person that can single handedly take you down? I don't see him
Because
funding him.
he's still in prison. He's like, nigga, I'm gonna let you draw what you draw. I'm gonna have these guards come here and take it, and then I'm gonna take it back home, and you still gonna be in jail.
Nah.
Wait, you think Osborne's taking his artwork?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Take this shit off
Yep.
the wall. Take that. Them walls need to be
Right.
bare, nigga.
Oh,
Bare, nigga.
this what you in here drawing? Oh, okay, yeah. Give me that.
He reading books in there. Send them
And you
over
know
here
what?
too.
You know what's crazy? Mikael, I can never. I'm gonna just call him what he is. The Rhino. He's in prison too. Who's to say we
Well, you
don't
say
get a
they're
little
gonna link
team
up.
up with Otto, Rhino, Chameleon chilling in the cut. So we got the Bruins of a Sinister Six, but I don't think they're gonna go after Spidey. They're gonna go after Norman first. Because Otto he's dead. He is dead pressed to take Norman out now. Which will probably break the Sinister Six up because Rhino gonna want to kill Spidey and just all kind of crazy stuff. But I just want to see classic villains before we get into the Venom run and Carnage and all of that. I
Sorry,
want to
you
see
get what you
them.
get and you don't throw a fit.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, it's not like I'm gonna sit there and go, oh God, I'm not watching it.
As long as
I'm
it
gonna
makes
watch it,
as
but
long
I'll
as it
be like,
makes as long as it makes
yeah,
sense, I'm right. I'm rocking. I'm rolling, man.
I mean, hell,
yeah.
look how many people they had in the first goddamn season. So it's plenty of people they
Yeah.
can bring out in the second.
And we only
Yeah.
got one Avenger, well, two Avengers out of it.
Oh, just
We got
strange.
Tony and Strange. Because
Did we get
remember,
Tony?
Iron Man showed up when Octavius got arrested.
That's right, he sure
Yeah.
did. Because he was
Because
in his full suit.
yeah, I just love how Otto's like, oh God, y'all are so dumb. Look how easily I walk out, and then all of a sudden, Iron Man in front of him. He's like, God damn it. Y'all had to go call the Avengers, huh? So we shall see. And the fact that Norman has all his stuff, all Octavius inventions. Oh, it's season 2 is gonna get crazy.
Yeah. And we see his
Oh,
intentions now. So
and we get to see the birth of Tombstone,
Mhm.
yeah.
but
Oh,
he'll
Lonnie.
he'll be a thug with a heart of gold.
Really?
He was so sweet.
He's gonna be a nice man, but something's gonna happen and he's gonna snap. And I think they're gonna make it to where he blames Spider-Man for it.
Pearl gonna
And
get
that's
I
where you're
killed.
think
gonna have
the
that
only thing that's
feud.
gonna make him snap like that is something with his family.
Unless
His
Pearl get
Pearl.
mom.
killed. Pearl get killed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Spider-Man trying to save her, but then she ended up dying.
She
And
becomes
then
the
he would
Gwen Stacy of the series.
yeah. Before all that, he was a good man, Savannah. He was a
Yeah.
good man.
He was a
But
good man.
of course,
A good man.
the reason that we are here, people, was it good though? Um, Jazz, I'm gonna start with you.
Yes, I highly enjoyed this series. It was a lot of fun, and I liked the different style of characters that we got.
Anthony, was it good though, sir?
Yes, it was good. And like Jazz, I highly recommend everybody give it a watch.
Helene, was it good though?
Yes, it was. I am
Oh,
not quite as
yes.
enamored as it with it as some of y'all, but I did like it. I'm just not the biggest of Spidey fans.
You don't like Spider-Man at all, or like this
No,
Spider-Man?
I just no, it's not that I don't like Spider-Man. I just never there were other people that I liked more, so I kind of Spider-Man is like my back burner, like he's like my
Side
back
nigga.
burner comic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Side hero. I get it.
Jason, was it good
That
though?
nigga muted
Yes,
me.
yes. I love Spider-Man. He is my 1A sometimes. He's my 1B sometimes. I'm not here for that negative energy over there. Keep that storm shit over that way, ma'am.
Whoa.
Whoa.
um,
He talking about Aurora.
That see
um,
my storm tattoo right there.
but I feel the same. Was there any
I had a few what did you think those? Helene
X
drop one.
per usual?
I liked it, but all the hype, I didn't get it.
Oh, here we go. You should. Why you read that one? Why'd you read
It
that?
it was the first one. All
This
right,
makes
so
this makes me feel like when the mediator on the camera in May show when she was reading what Ocho Cinco said
Yeah.
about, and it was just like that's not even what it was. You ain't have to read. I'm not that was what it was, but this is what it feels like when you reading it. Turn her comments off. What was the other one you got, Jazz?
so
As long as
say
you don't
what's
come in soft, we'll be fine.
Oh.
so say what's real said
Hard.
great series. DeAndre from Masturbators. It wasn't bad. I liked
Wait,
it.
what? Wait, what was this
Yes,
nigga's
you heard
name?
Yeah,
right.
yes, the podcast Mass Debaters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
Masturbators.
Nigel dropped fire emojis on the post.
Gotcha.
So
Nice.
Wait, was this on Instagram or TikTok?
which one?
I can't remember. Where was this on?
It was on both.
She's gonna look for
I want to
masturbators.
see.
Oh, it's
I
on
need to know.
it's on TikTok. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do different movie polls. Yes, that's the homeboy DeAndre. We definitely got to get him on the pod soon.
Got kicked off their pod.
Are
You
you as
got
nice?
kicked off
Are you as
because
nice to
you
them as you was to the last dude? What's his name? Terrell? Because you was very nice to
Oh,
him.
I'll just put that in
did
there.
you wait to
Very
get on
nice.
this to say that?
I did.
I'm nice to
Wow.
everybody.
No.
Oh, you talking about Jazz?
Helene, have I not been?
We can play back the Django episode where you told a few of us to shut the fuck up. So I no,
I
not
no,
not really.
I
No.
don't even say those words. I feel like it's no
It's just I'm not the same
alternative
person.
facts.
I'm a different person with different guests.
Right. You can't blame past Jazz.
Oh,
Like
okay.
this
we
was like
grow
2
every
weeks ago.
day.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the week after. She was a
No,
different
Jason,
person.
it was last month for real. So we in
Last month.
March.
Today's the 6th. It was last month. Okay.
I
Hey,
mean,
man.
technically, yes, it was.
Anthony, you get it.
I got
You
you.
get it.
Oh yeah, I understand your
what's the
bullshit.
date? Lincoln Thrones. We do Lincoln Thrones. Lincoln Throne, of course, putting you on to a character from the TV show that we watched, putting you onto something that they have been in or that they're about to be in. I feel like that's still cool. I always say that. Is it okay? Like, what's something about to be in? Like, is this shit ain't out yet? Should we even know?
But we're telling them news ahead of time. So we're still educating them. We are.
Wow.
Oh, me first. I am going to go with Coleman Domingo. He was in Sing Sing. Highly recommend that. Very good. And a majority of the cast that was in that movie were individuals a part of the prison program that they were the movie was pretty much based on. So definitely highly
Niggas really in
recommend
jail?
yes, they were either already in jail or have done time in jail.
Okay. It's based on a true story, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Or the
All right.
program.
Oh,
Let's just say a
gotcha.
little both.
Gotcha.
It was inspiring.
Nice.
So,
I'm definitely gonna go watch it.
yeah. Does anybody else have their Link of Thrones?
I do.
Oh,
I
Anthony.
sure do.
Well, hell, I ain't find one. Hurry up. We got 2 minutes.
I don't just skip me.
2
Nah,
minutes.
ain't no skip. Hurry up.
You know what? I'll do mine because I already had it in my head. I'm gonna give this one to Eugene Bird, who
Of
is the
course.
voice of Lonnie Lincoln, who was also in a great film, a biographical powerhouse of a film known as 8 Mile. He was known as Wink, who slept with B Rabbit's girl, and was the manager of the Free World.
Free world.
Who leader was
This nigga here.
today's Captain America.
Captain America.
And he had really
Clarence.
nice parents.
And his name was Clarence. So yes, Eugene Bird. And Eugene Bird has been in damn near everything.
Yes.
Like he is just like, oh, you're in this. Okay, got you.
He always plays the villain though.
Yeah.
Well, not always, but a majority of his roles,
Yeah.
he's always a villain.
He was in some movie with Anthony Mackie where he was like it was like a gang, like I ain't gonna say it was a gangster movie, but it was like a I gotta look that up, but they was in that together as well.
Wasn't Rebound, was it?
Nah, it was like it was within the last like 10 years.
Okay.
Not Rebound though.
Let's see.
Did you find something, Lane? Or you still lost?
Oh, like you serious?
Yeah, you think I'm playing?
Wait, you wasn't looking for real?
I mean,
She was not.
like a little bit.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
You said
not.
you did.
Like,
She did
a little
disfigure us
bit.
like that.
I mean,
Should have been on this episode show how many times?
I
That's what I'm
have.
saying.
I don't.
That's
I
just
don't.
defiance. That's just defiance for no reason.
I have had a
wow.
rough week, ma'am. Jam. Shit. Shit.
You
Coleman
know it's
Domingo.
bad. She couldn't even curse
No,
around.
you can't
I
even do
couldn't.
Coleman.
Yeah. Let's go with the little boy that voiced Harry Osborn. His name is Zeno Robinson. I just liked it because his name is Zeno. I ain't never heard that shit. But
Okay.
he apparently has a very long list of shit that he does. A lot of it is anime. So I'm gonna go with one of my favorite. He does a lot of animation and anime. So I'm gonna go with one of my favorites. This boy's apparently been in Ben 10, quite a few of them, and I love Ben 10. So he was Alan Albright in Ben 10 and multiple Ben 10s.
Wow.
Got you.
Oh, I want to say one more thing. With Eugene Byrne, I just found that out. I did not know that was him. He's Dell in the Gears of War series and Gears of War 4 and 5. And if you chose to have him die, you're an asshole.
I did.
Moving on. Ass.
I had him die.
Asshole.
Yeah. I mean, I played it through the first time, and then when I played it again, I was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill him.
That's like on Grand Theft Auto 5. You can do that. You
kill
can
him.
pick. You either pick to kill the niggas that you've been playing with the whole game, or
Yeah.
it's like, well,
Yep.
you know what? Maybe I should just not kill these niggas. I've been playing with them the whole game.
No,
I mean,
didn't feel that
bonus
way.
he was
mission.
an asshole.
You get a bonus mission if you do that. If you do-
That is true.
Oh, I
you
didn't
get
know
some
because
extra fun.
the
Yeah,
first
they-
chance
they-
I got to kill
Michael.
no,
you killed
Trevor.
You killed
Trevor?
Trevor?
I did.
Michael was a snitch.
I mean, he was, but Trevor was disgusting.
Spoilers for an over almost 20-year-old game.
If you
Trevor
haven't played that game has
Trevor
been on
was gross.
PlayStation 2,
The first time,
PlayStation 3,
No,
4,
yeah.
5, Switch,
look,
Xbox 360.
the first time
computer.
Trevor went to that nasty ass trailer and was fucking that little girl up and then was back talking and then was like, I'm gonna go get me some hoes and was drinking and shit. I was like, no, you're gonna die. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna make sure you die because you ain't shit even on a
I
game.
will say
How you ain't shit on a game?
he literally ended one of my favorite DLCs from the Grand
was
Theft Auto
repugnant.
4, which was the Lost and Damned, the
Mhm.
biker with the biker game, because he
Mhm.
kills Johnny and the
Mhm.
rest of the crew. So I was like, oh wow, that's a very sad ending. Oh well. Guess I'll go play the Ballad of Gay Tony again.
Yeah, I played all them too. I did when I had an Xbox. Like I wanted to play them before I played 5,
Yeah.
but I'm like, damn, that's how this nigga ended. You got to kill this
That-
nigga at the end.
Yep. They was just like, yeah, we're done.
And for me, I'm gonna go with Ettore Ewing. He played Bulldozer. Because I've gotten snuck back into wrestling, I'm gonna go with Big E from WWE
Big E.
Raw.
From the New Day.
Wait, is that Big E?
Yeah.
Bulldozer, yeah.
Yeah, Bulldozer. Per usual, man, my phone is catching everything I am saying. It's just typing it away. Appreciate the Talking Ish, a podcast amongst friends, for joining us for this your neighborhood with the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I appreciate y'all per usual for coming in.
Appreciate being here. Thank you Thank you for having us as always.
Thank you for the invite.
Last week we did, what was that? We did Companion, of course, with Terrell. You can go check episode 143, 145, which is next week. Which one is, you got that one, Jazz? About offhand?
The Wood.
Ooh, The Wood. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
The classic?
The classic.
From North Carolina? Big Mike? Am I on
down.
this one?
Classic.
Am I being called? I need you to shut your goddamn face. It is a wonderful.
And that's exactly why I am on that episode, because.
Oh, okay. Well, then y'all could have it. We're good.
Well, if there's violence, that's going to be selected because Jason's going to get jumped.
Let me ask you, Ant.
Jason's going to get jumped on that episode.
The Wood or Brown Sugar?
Why must we have these Sophie's choices?
Oh. Oh.
Sadly, I'm going with Brown Sugar.
Good choice. Anthony, would you like to join the episode next week as we review The Wood?
I ain't saying I'm getting on here to double tag or triple team Jason. I still enjoy The Wood now. It is a good movie.
I'm going to enjoy some Wood here shortly, too.
I know you would.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Look, Helene has to go and be a sanctified slut, so
I'm still gonna pray over it. Prayprey. I am in Y. All right,
it's because he's editing this week. It's because he's editing this week.
You gonna get to chopping?
No, you think so? Shit, watch.
5-hour episode.
But again, this is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
Until next time, deuces.
Cheers. That y'all like the last couple of minutes, like, nigga, did you say I'm gonna get wood? And did Jason
yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
What I thought I heard.
Yep.
He's still recording.